I didn't start off like this. Everyone in my family, Democrats. I'm a black sheep. None of them even listen to my show. But somewhere along the way, I woke up. I was raised in the hood in Durham, North Carolina. We had this old Marine vet in the neighborhood, a quiet dude named Lou. He lived right next door to me. And he didn't talk to many, but he talked to me. And he'd say things that hit just a little different, even as a kid. There was also an older cat in the neighborhood that became my uncle. Some of y'all might know him on TikTok as Beard Gray. Me and him started down the rabbit hole early, asking questions, reading stuff, watching, and connecting the dots. I grew up as the kid trying to watch X-Files. And then I started running across the Alex Joneses of the world, and the light switch flipped. I couldn't unsee what I saw. It was like I realized I'd been walking around eyes wide shut. I come from research and development, clinical trials, pharmaceuticals, if you will. I don't agree with everything the conservative party puts on the table, but when I stack both parties up, put them side by side and compare them, it's clear where I stand. I know what side I belong on. My search then led me to cross paths with the Candace Owens and the Officer Tatums of the world, and that sealed it. That's when I realized I could do this. I could speak out. I could be as bold as I wanted to be, and I wasn't alone. If you ever felt like the only one in the room who was seeing it clearly, the uncommon amongst the most uncommon, do us a favor. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Let's go. Roll the tape.
Hurry up.
You weren't always a Republican.
No, actually, I come from a family that was like super Democratic. My first time voting, I voted Democrat. I voted for Joe Biden.
What about Trump appealed to you?
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, part of it is he's an asshole. I like authenticity.
He kept it real. He voted for Biden and then switched to Trump because he doesn't fake it. He called him an a-hole and still gave him his vote. That tells you everything you need to know about how tired people are of phonies and charlatans. This isn't party loyalty. It's reality and common sense loyalty. In this next clip, the Candace Owens red pill moment.
You voted for Obama then you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. But 2020, you voted for Donald Trump. What made the change?
I began listening to someone, her name is Candace Owens, and I read her book, and it just opened my eyes to maybe he's not this person that I have been led to believe that he was.
Just one book flipped her whole perspective and turned her life upside down. Think about it. Candace didn't brainwash her. She broke the spell. You don't need to be loud when you're telling the truth, and you don't need to remember the truth either. Truth just sits there like Humpty Dumpty, sat on the wall, chilling, making people think. And when you start rethinking everything, it makes you pay attention to results. In this next excerpt, a Hillary Clinton voter from 2016.
So you voted against Trump in 2016.
Yes.
But then in 2020, you voted for him?
Absolutely.
Why?
I saw how things were going during his first term, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I was pleased with what was happening. I saw the economy getting better. I saw country relations in certain countries getting better.
That's not politics. It's lived experiences. She didn't switch because of the party. She switched because the proof is in the pudding. Better economy, better international standing, and peace through strength. She saw it, she felt it, so she voted for it. But the shift wasn't just economic, it was personal. Community focused. Watch this next opinion on Trump's border policy.
What are some things that he's doing that you do like?
For me, I like the border. I just don't like the idea of someone coming here illegally and getting benefits that can serve my community. So that's the reason why I support him on that border policy.
There it is, right in your face. The issue nobody wants to talk about, but everyone feels. He's not anti-immigrant, he's pro-fairness. His community's struggling, and he's watching benefits go to people who didn't follow the law. That's not racism, it's common sense. But what we do know in this day and age, common sense ain't so common. And guess what, people? He didn't see it on Fox News.
When you think about the border, you think about people coming here who are getting more help than people who live here and who were born here.
Yeah, and I got that perspective not from news channels. I got it from social media. TikTok is like a holy grail. We even see it with the things that we learn about the United States government outside of the United States. people are showing Americans, hey, look at what's going on. Do y'all know that your government is doing this? Have you seen this? Have you looked at it from this perspective?
You didn't tune in to cable news. You watched the world show her what the U.S. media refused to. Foreigners are teaching Americans about their own government. And guess what? It's working. TikTok is breaking more lies than legacy news. And that's when the stereotypes get smashed. In this next excerpt, people think all Trump voters are white guys in pickups.
You know, people, when they think about a Trump voter, they usually think about like a white dude with like a red hat on and a pickup truck. And y'all are not that at all. So
He just demolished the media's favorite narrative. Black Trump voters exist. Latina Trump voters exist. Grandparents, moms, young people, they exist. And we're not supposed to, but we do, and we're growing. Once you flip, you don't flip back. Watch this next excerpt on the possibility of voting for Trump again.
if you had to do it all over again, would you vote for Donald Trump again, yes or no?
Yes, I would. Now, in the future, I am not a diehard Democrat or diehard Republican. If there were a Democratic candidate who was more aligned for me, then I would vote Democrat.
If you go back in time, would you vote for Donald Trump, yes or no?
Yes.
I think I might know the answer on this next.
She said yes. It's immediately yes. No, I'm sorry.
If you had to do it all over again, would you vote for Donald Trump, yes or no?
1000% absolutely yes.
That was not lukewarm. That wasn't a maybe. That was conviction. These voters know who had the country on the right track. They're not just saying it, they're saying it with their chest, and they're standing on it. And the numbers are backing them up. Check out this next video on the polls from Trump versus Kamala.
Who would be doing a better job as president? Guess who comes out on top? Within the margin of error, but comes out on top. This looks a lot like the election result, right? Trump 45%, 2 points ahead of Harris at 43%. 12% say they'd be doing about the same. But this is the key nugget here. It's not just about regretting that vote. It's literally saying who would be doing the better job right now. And Trump continues to score a higher percentage of the vote than Kamala Harris. This looks a heck of a lot like the election result. We have just seen this in poll after poll after poll.
Trump's leading after the censorship, after the smear jobs, and after all those indictments. Kamala's underwater, and Biden's approval is a joke. The people are done pretending. And here's where a Democrat accidentally tells the truth. Watch this next excerpt of a Democrat admitting he was permission structured.
I knew I was on the ticket, I would argue, because we did a lot of amazing progressive things in Minnesota that improved people's lives. But I also was on the ticket, quite honestly, you know, because I could code talk to white guys watching football, fixing their truck, doing that I could put them at ease. I was the permission structure to say, look, you can do this and vote for this. And you look across those swing states, with the exception of Minnesota, we didn't get enough.
Oh, Tampon Tim. Did you just hear him say the quiet part out loud? They didn't pick him because he had the answers. They picked him to sell the lie. He just showed their hand. That's the game, people. Identity politics to mask the incompetence. President Trump doesn't play that game, and neither do we. The bottom line here is, and I'm proud to announce if you don't know, people are waking up. I've definitely lived this journey, from Democratic family roots to seeing through the fog. And now, millions of people, just like me, are waking up. Not because someone told them to, but because they finally see it. They remember what America felt like when it worked, and they're done being lied to. This isn't about red versus blue. This is about truth versus narrative. And the truth is winning and gaining momentum still. If you see what they see, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so we can keep waking people up from a coma. Thank you. God bless.
Listen.